What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned. We talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. We are moving into the phase 2 of the night where we just kind of hang out, we relax. We did a review earlier on the Jim Beam 7-year, and yeah, bro, it's pretty solid. I'm just saying, solid. So let me see if I can get my other camera set up. I just realized I didn't have it set up properly. There we go. Now we're cooking. But yeah, I mean, the Jim Beam 7-year, Jim Beam Black, aged 7 years. Let me rephrase. Solid stuff. Pretty pumped on that. We obviously tried it neat, right? And then we tried it with a little gin and Coke. People told me I needed to do gin and Sprite or 7-Up. It's not my thing. If I'm doing dark liquor, I'm doing dark soda. Let me kick this light on real quick, boys. That's on me. Trying to get things set up for the Panther game tonight, and sometimes it doesn't move that quick. So today was a little spur of the moment. I was taking a little hiatus from drinking. We were just kind of chilling today, and I went to the liquor store. I picked some stuff up, and I said, you know what? I gotta pick it up. I gotta go buy some stuff, and we gotta review it. So anybody that's popping in, appreciate you being here. Welcome to the stream. We obviously go live every Friday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern time, but today's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. It's 6:30. Totally opposite times. Definitely not like normal, but we're here. So welcome. I don't even know if I made this stream public, to be honest. I was running 100 miles a second at this point. Let's see. Yep, nope. Just now put it live. That's my fault. Well, if you guys haven't already, welcome. Let me turn this one on too. Turn that one back. Yeah. All right. Let's get into a little drinky drink. We can kind of tune into that. For anybody that's just now popping in, didn't watch the last stream, Jim Beam Black is the original, right? But they came out with a new age 7-year version, right? Really solid stuff. They're not trying to be anything that they're not, is what I like about them. Like right on here it says, the liquid turns to a rich gold with notes of caramel, vanilla, and warm oak. The vanilla comes through fairly prominent. Caramel comes in with that sweetness. It's more like a dark caramel though, because the sweetness is super, super rich. Almost where it could be like a mocha note in there, like a dark chocolate, like a bitter type of note, which is also like, there's nothing wrong with that. And then it says warm oak. I get more like bitter oak. So like that's kind of where I go with that. But this bottle is coming in right around like $18.99, I believe, for just the 7.5. 7.5. Nick F says, take a shot for me, babe. I mean, I've been drinking the whole time. I don't know about a shot. So the way we do it here is we put in these fancy glasses and we put our pinky out. So that way when we take a quote-unquote shot, it doesn't look as bad, you know? But we also tried the Jim Beam 7-year with a little Coca-Cola, right? It was solid, decent drink. Zero Cool says, hashtag me too. Hey, whatever you want, baby. You too. I mean, the Coca-Cola is solid. I'm not a big soda guy, though. I don't drink soda almost ever. This will be now officially the second time I've ever even done a soda drink on the stream. So, but I think we have to at this point, right? You got to give it the full two-step. The best part about this bottle is you don't feel bad when you pour the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Because you can go to the store tomorrow and pick up. If you don't have $18 for a new bottle, crazy. I do believe that this will be the new like king of budget bourbons, right? It's better than all the other ones that I have. The only thing that it lacks, like if it was 100 proof, game over. But it's 90 proof. The next competition I'd say it has for it is the Evan Williams bottle and bond, and it's just because of the 100 proof. It's solid bourbon. I don't really care to pick it up. It's not like my favorite, This one I do like better, though. I would pick this up over it. And that's simply because I like the flavors in this one better. So, Chris says, now that's chemistry. Hey, don't call me a scientist, but we're here mixing it up. So, let me know in the chat. Have you guys had the Jim Beam 7-year? It's newer, right? It's been out for maybe a couple months, I think. I don't know when it came out, to be honest. But apparently everybody on YouTube's talking about this thing. When I was looking to, I was doing like online shopping, basically. And I was like, hey, you know what should we pick up? And I kind of turned to YouTube saying, hey, what's popular right now? What's out there? And this came up everywhere. So obviously I went and picked it up. You can get a handle for like 25 bucks. You can get the smaller bottle for like 18 bucks. So we went with the smaller just in case. Zero Cool says, Evan Williams 1783 is pretty good. Honestly, I've never had the 1783 Evan Williams. Evan Williams is not my favorite, but it's solid. Oscar says, nice camera angle. Hey, I appreciate it, bud. We're here to dress to impress, you know what I mean? Miss Mabel, I know you've been in the chat for, says Jim Beam Black versus 1792 small batch. Honestly, I'm taking the Jim Beam 7. But let me rephrase a few things. 1792 small batch is not bad. I personally don't care for it, though. And the reason why, it has decent flavors, but the 1792, when I drink it, the aftertaste leaves my mouth super dry, and I don't like that. It almost like dries my tongue out to where I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm thirsty. And if I'm drinking a drink and feel thirsty afterwards, it's not for me. Maybe I'm weird, but that's where I get that analogy from. It's not bad. I have a bottle right here. It's solid. It's just not my favorite. This though, I'll take this all day. This has like everything I want in a bourbon besides the proof, right? It's sweet. It has a little bit of oak. I love when it has like deep, rich vanilla and caramel notes. Almost so much that I'm confused that there may be a mocha note in there. But it's solid. The best part about this one though, you can buy 2 of these for the price of the $17.92 though. So maybe 3. I don't know. How much is $17.92 anymore? I will say I do prefer it neat over the Jim and Coke. Not Jack and Coke, Jim and Coke. A lot of people in the last stream told me I should use 7-Up or Sprite. I don't like soda like that. So it's good. This is what I would have got when I was like, I don't know, 21, we can say. When I go to the bars and I would go hang out with everybody, I would get like a whiskey and Coke or a rum and Coke or bourbon and Coke, like whatever I was feeling that night. This is what I would get. It was always the Welsh shit. So this is what it reminds me of. If you put this in like a plastic cup with like half the amount of ice, you transport me back. It's not bad. I don't care for soda though. I don't drink soda anymore. So Miss Mabel says, I'm on the hunt for a good daily driver. 1792 is like 30, 35. Miss Mabel, try this. To be honest, like I said in the last stream, I have some cheaper bottles. I don't buy a lot of cheaper bottles though. For what most people call cheaper bottles, I don't buy a lot of things under 30 bucks just because I don't really care to. But I have the Evan Williams bottled and bond, Old Granddad bonded. I have, let's see, like I don't know. I don't really have a lot of cheap bottles. Regular Jim Beam, regular Jack Daniels. Those are all good and they're all cheap. This one packs a lot more flavor though. I just drank this for the first time maybe an hour ago. I'm super impressed. It's $18 for the 7.5 or the 750 milliliter. I'm sorry. It's like $18.99. You can get the handle for $22.99, I believe, at Total Wine. It's gonna be $1 off different places. But this one just packs a lot more flavor. The downside is the proof. Like if you were wanting like a daily that was 100 proof, you probably want to go Evan Williams. But if you're okay substituting that 10% proof point for a lot more flavor, this is it. This is that dude right here. Plus, it's kind of a sexy bottle. I'm just saying. That's just a me thing though. Patrick says, well, I don't know why you would say that. We're talking about whiskey, bud. You got to go all deep on us talking about deport people. I'm not allowed to talk politics. I may get banned. So, Cool Zero says $22.99 for a handle. Where do you live? I live in Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, I saw a lot of people say that this, like the 750 milliliter, was for like $25, and the handle was for like $30 on YouTube. So when I went and I saw my store had it a lot lower, I was all over it. I didn't care to get the handle though, just because I don't like to buy things if I don't know if I like it. So next time I go, I'll probably buy the handle. But also, like, to not like too much TMI, my shelves, I put them up myself. So we're not gonna stack them with weight just because. So, but I went to a Total Wine. They had it. I did. So I went to Total Wine first. I picked this up, $18.99 for the smaller one, and I went to another store right after. I was looking for a New Riff bottle. If anybody knows where to get that New Riff 8-year age, somebody let me know because I'm dying to get that one. But I went to a different store, and this bottle in particular was like $20. So it just depends on where you're at. But I do think you'll be able to pick up this bottle that I'm holding in my hands for under $22 pretty much anywhere. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Zero Cool says $25 for the 750. Even if this was $25, I would still, like, it doesn't change my mind. But that's a little strange because why can I get it for $18.99 and that's $25 there? You know what I mean? Because that's a big swing. That's like a $7 swing. That's kind of weird. But I recommend it the same. Because even like Evan Williams is like $20, $21. So as long as it's under 30 for a 750, we're all good. If it goes above that, then totally change your game plan. Zero Cool says, I'm near DC and that's what I pay. I mean, DC, the last time I went to DC, it was expensive for everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start. But I live in Jacksonville, like the border of Jacksonville and St. Augustine. Kind of hang out in both. I get to bourbon hunt in both fairly easy. But I have not traveled in a little bit. Normally I travel for work and I go to like Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, stuff like that. So Zero Cool says Virginia is a state-run liquor store. I don't really shop in Virginia, but yeah. Oh, if you're in Virginia, yeah, Virginia, any state-ran store is a little weird. That's just like Florida's not. Florida's like free fall, like you do whatever you want. Every store kind of is different, and they have pros and cons to that. Because I can go to the liquor store closest to my house, and I can pick up any bottle you can actually think of, but I'm gonna pay a shit ton. Like they have Stag there, just normal Stag for like $750 there, $750. I tell them no every time. Like if they want to give it to me for MSRP, I'll buy it. But they have a bunch of stuff there. But you go 2 more minutes down the road, and you get to a Shores Liquor. They got a decent collection. They don't really have allocated stuff though, but decent price. You go down the road a little bit from there, you got Wild Whiskeys that is just all around good. And then a little bit farther down the road there, you got Total Wine. Total Wine's kind of the king of everything besides allocated. They have the lowest prices. Miss Mabel says, I live in a liquor control state too. Keeps the top shelf in line at least. Yeah. State-ran liquor store is the best part is like you're not picking up a Stag for $700. You're picking it up for MSRP. And that's, I don't know, there's pros and cons to it, right? Because you can go to a liquor store there and at least be able, if you find it, you can pick it up for a decent price. You're never going to overpay. Where someone like me, like I have to go to all these stores and be like, what's the best price, people? If it's all at every store. It's so hit or miss around here. That's why I like, people want me to do these bourbon hunting videos. And I'd love to, but man, they're so like hit or miss. You never know if you're going to go to a good store, a bad store. And I like to get in and get out. Like I just like to look, where's it at? Boom, there. All right, cool, let's leave. I walked in a liquor store earlier. The second one after I did pick up a few things, right? I picked up a still Austin cast strength. We may open this up on Father's Day. It's a little bit of a specialer bottle, if you will. And then tomorrow we're probably going to open up the Bullet 95 Rye 12-year age. So we picked those up too. I also picked up an Early Times Bottled in Bond and a Russell's Reserve Private Barrel. Single barrel, private barrel, something like that. I don't remember, but it looked cool. So we picked up a few things. Let me check a few things real quick. Just so you guys know, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And if you do, let me know. It should pop up on the stream and say, hey, this person subscribed. If you don't, I don't know. But let me know if you do. I appreciate it if you do. We're on the road to 2,222. I want it to just be all twos like my anniversary, so. Boris in the chat says, yo, what's up, good people? Boris, welcome back. I know it's been a little bit for you. It's been a little bit for me, too. I took a little hiatus. I didn't go live all of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now it's Thursday. Frank says, go Panthers. Frank's the number one person in the chat. We're going to pull that over on stream. Bro, the whole reason we streamed early tonight is so I can watch the Panther game in peace. I was going to watch it. I was going to go live at 8:45 like I normally do, which probably would be smarter for YouTube analytics and all that stuff. But I got to watch it. I got to watch the whole thing front to back. I can't. I'm going to be glued to that TV like nobody's business. So Zero Cool says, just smash the subscribe button. And it didn't pop up? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Maybe it's delayed. Give it a second. I appreciate it, Zero Cool. Welcome to the family. We do go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Those are our normal live streams. We go, obviously it's on like the horizontal version. We go on the wider screen. Normally we're doing a better review. You know what I mean? We go vertical when we're trying to hang out, have a good time, have a couple drinks, chat with the chat. Just kind of like dick around. You know what I mean? Vertical allows more new people to pop in. Vertical is more allowing new people to pop in. Horizontal is for the OGs because nobody new pops into those. It's a YouTube thing. If you know, you know. But Friday's 8:45 Eastern Time. Yeah, I'm debating. I so badly want to go pick up, I can't find it, but I want to pick up the New Rift 8-year age Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It's man, it just sounds like so delicious, and that's what I personally want to get for Father's Day. Just to kind of, I'm a new dad. This is the first Father's Day, so we're trying to do it big. But that's what I want to be drinking. I may opt in and get the Stella Austin Cast Strength because it's right here, and I hear it's really good. I wanted to open that up Friday, but I'm gonna have to hold my horses if I can't find that 8-year. Oh, my bad, I just flicked the mic. Miss Mabel said, I drank with you the last 2 Fridays. Good times. Well, Miss Mabel, I appreciate you. Fridays are a good time. Fridays is when all the OGs kind of come out. It's also Friday. You know what I mean? People kind of gravitate towards just hanging out, having a good time. So it usually is a good time. So Fridays is a good day. I love Fridays because I get to hang out with everybody. We get to have a good time. Zero Cool says, you time? I think he meant, what time do you guys end on Fridays? So Fridays typically is a multiple. Last Friday, just to give you an example, I went live at 8:45, and I may have taken a 10-minute break here, a 30-minute break here, but I was live until 3 a.m. I'm not going to do that again, but I was live till 3 a.m. I was also hammered by the last one. I was way too gone to be on a live stream, so I learned my lesson. But no, normally it's like 8:45 to like 10-ish on the horizontal version. And then typically Fridays I do a late night pour, which is basically where we just kind of hang out and we do a vertical like we're on now. And those can go for another 2 to 3 hours. So typically to like 12, 1 o'clock. Make sure you pop in. There's a lot more OGs. I call them OGs. Original subscribers that pop in. A lot of them know their shit. They like to hang out too. If you see Tuxedo Cat, maybe we'll call him by making his ears burn by making him come in the chat. But he's a mod. He's the only one with one of those little wrenches. But he's a funny dude. Ask him about the alcohol pads if you see it. Zero Cool says 3 a.m. May be too late for me, but we'll look to join next week. Up until 3 a.m. Eastern time. The reason why we stayed so late is like 3 p.m. Eastern time is 12 p.m. Pacific time. And a lot of people in the chat are over there in California, Colorado, Nevada. So we were just kind of hanging out a little late with them, but it was super late for me. So normally it's 8:45 p.m. Eastern time till however long. Boris says Tuxedo Cat got jokes. He always does. Bro, he's a good time though. I don't care what anybody says. He's a fun dude. He's also a Panthers fan, so I'm waiting for him to tell me that we're gun ho tonight. There he is. I told you his ears would be burning. He'd pop right in the chat, unless he was watching the whole time, just waiting for the compliments. West, yeah, West. But I'm on the East, so I like to accommodate everybody every once in a while. That's why we did this early stream. This is for the Eastern Conference subscribers. We hang out with you guys too. Before it gets too late. This is super early for me. This is way too early. As much as I love being alive this early, because it's still daylight, I could just pop a window open to gain extra light. It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It feels weird. Like my kid's still wide awake. He's still got another 2-3 hours before he even attempts to go to sleep. They're so loud out there, aren't they? Can you hear them? Let me check one thing real quick. By the way, everybody, if you subscribe to the channel and your channel is not quote unquote public, right? It will not notify me. But if your channel is public, it will let me know. Just so you know. Makata 805 in the chat. Welcome back, bud. He says, yes, been waiting all week for this. I mean, this is, you only pop up on the verticals. I'm just saying. We did a horizontal stream a little bit earlier. This is an early stream, a one-off type of thing. Normally we go live at 8:45 Fridays Eastern time. But we got the Panthers game tonight, so I'm not missing that. So, Zero Cool says, well, I'm out. Glad I found you. Look forward to having a drink Friday. Yeah, definitely. Come drink Friday with us. We got some cool bottles we're going to open up. I'm just going to have a good time. So hopefully we see you there. But yeah, Makata, yeah, you missed it. We did a full review on the Jim Beam 7-year age. I'm maybe it's the Jim and Coke talking, but definitely my favorite budget bourbon out there right now. $18, tons of flavor, not a lot of proof. So you got to know that, not a lot of proof, but a lot of fucking flavor. And we're drinking soda on the stream. What is the world coming to? All right. What time is it? It's 6:55. We got an hour till puck drop. Frank says, was worried about... What? Oh, wait. Tracy Kramer says, which Jim Beam is that? Looks like a Devil's Cut. Nope, not Devil's Cut. This is a Jim Beam 7-year age. It's a little bit newer. It's Jim Beam Black 7-year age. It is delicious. $18.99 in Florida here. 90 proofer. Tons of flavor. Vanilla, caramel, little, just a touch of that dark chocolate bitterness and like some bitter oak as well. Very good, very good. I'm super pumped about it. Mark Duffy says, ooh, that Jim Beam 7-year is damn good for the money. Mark, you couldn't say it any better than I could. The best part about this is it's super cheap. So like anytime you go, you can just throw this in the cart without being like, fuck, am I going over budget? You're not. You're never going over budget for an extra 18 bucks. So Tuxedo says it does actually kind of look like Devil's Cut, LOL, but it's a 7-year one. It's a new one, I think. It is newer. It's been out for a couple months, but it's basically just now kind of hitting all the stores. So I picked it up. By far worth it. If there's one bottle you pick up this week or month, and the next time you go, pick up this one. This one to me is the quickest version I can give you guys. If you want to see the full breakdown, go over to the horizontal version on the channel. I try to tell you everything I can about it. But this is super family friendly, right? You can drink this all week and not be like, well, I got to focus on it. You just kind of kick back and drink this one. It doesn't have super duper complex flavors. It's got the key bourbon flavors, but it's super like, it's there. But the 90 proofer allows you to continue to just sip on it and not think about it. And the price point is hard to beat. So honestly, I'm so pumped I got this bottle. Makata says, just found my new favorite budget bourbon on Sunday, Wildcat Small Batch. Wildcat Small Batch. I've never even heard of that one, but next time I go, I'll definitely look for that. I always am obviously, like, I want to get the allocated shit, right? I want to pick up the Stag and E.H. Taylor's. But what's more important to me is finding the best budget bourbon, best budget whiskey, best budget rye. That way, like, it's okay to have the expensive stuff, but also have the budget stuff too that is also okay on the wallet. Mark Duffy said, last time I drank Devil's Cut, I was peeled off the dock. I feel that, bro. I feel that. I can't pronounce that. Something Vodka says, what is the best whiskey you've ever tasted? Okay, so it depends on what you mean, right? My favorite whiskey by far over everything is not what everybody would think. It's not the highest proof. It's not anything like that. My favorite is Woodford's Double Oak. It always is. Probably always will be. It's just something about it that really just fits well. It makes a really good old fashioned for me, which is obviously, call me old fashioned. It's what I care about. It's solid. It has the right flavors. It feels like enough proof right at the beginning, at least. To me, it's just solid. Like, if I want to move past that and I want to get something higher proof, like, I probably would pick either this E.H. Taylor small batch, or you can't see it, but I got a bunch of Redwood Empires right here. Redwood Empire, Grizzly Beast, Pipe Dream, Cast Strength, those are all like up there with it. So, what is that? What I am going to do real quick is I'm going to run to the restroom because I got to fucking piss. So, hang tight real quick for me. Tuxedo Cat can take over the chat if he's still here. If he's not, please talk amongst yourself about the Jim Beam 7-year age. I'll be back in just a moment. I wish I had elevator music for you, but I don't. I'm still live, by the way. People can still hear it. Oh, God. Okay, Christine Rock. Why is she the one being the adult right now? Okay. All right, I'm back, fellas. Sorry, I had to run to the little bourbon drinkers room. Dennis in the chat says, "What about chicken cock?" I almost picked up the chicken cock double oak today, but it was a little pricey comparatively. Just wasn't in the budget for today. But definitely expect a review coming on the chicken cock double oak. I'm gonna pick that up soon. But I haven't had it, so I can't really speak on it. Vodka says, "What's your favorite vodka brand you like to drink?" I mean, vodka. I don't like vodka, but what I buy the wife is either Tito's. We have a bottle of the. It's called Ambush vodka. It's from the Shady Mile distillery. They sent it to me, so it was free. And then I just picked up a Wheatley vodka from the Buffalo Trace that she can try soon. Texas says, "No, you weren't asking me, lol, but I always got to rep Grey Goose." I don't care for Grey Goose because it's expensive and I like vodka is just vodka to me. So I go with whatever the cheapest is above like Skull vodka or like Smirnoff. Boris says, "I like Grey Goose too, but I'm not too picky vodka as long as it's not bottom shelf." Yeah, as long as it's not bottom shelf, I'm good. Boris got it right on the head. Mark says, "I'm a Tito's and Wheatley guy." Yeah, Tito's and Wheatley is a good combination. They're both decent. They're both low price. And like vodka, you're just mixing a bunch of shit in it anyway, you know? So like, who cares? Vodka says, "Oh, my Grey Goose is very good too. Very nice." I mean, I've had it. I like it. I just don't really care to drink vodka. Dennis says, "I've tried chicken cock small batch and I love it." Hey, nothing wrong with a little cock. I'm just saying. I've never had it, but I hear it's good, but I want to pick up the double oak because I'm trying to pick up a few different double oak bourbons or whiskeys, so that way I can kind of do like a double oak blind. So because I talk so highly of Woodford's double oak, I want to get Peerless, Chicken Cock's double oak, Jim Beam's double oak, and then there's another one I want to pick up too. I can't remember. But I want to do a big blind with those, so that way I can prove to everybody that Woodford's double oak is the best double oak. It just is what it is. Mark Duffy says, "Got Sour Patch Kids and vodkas right now?" Hey, that's dangerous. There is one vodka that I've had, and it's in Gatlinburg at this distillery or like bar. I can't remember what the name is, but it's called Bam Bam. It's like a fruity pebbles vodka. Oh, it's so good, so good. But that's like a flavored vodka, so you got to kind of put it in that category. Mark Duffy says Old Forester 1910. Yes, that's what I meant. Old Forester 1910 is the last one on the list for that double oak. Dennis says, "I'm anxious." Fuck, Frey Ranch. That's what I was fucking looking for. Dennis says, "I'm anxious to try Green River and Frey Ranch." Green River, I've never had, but it is very similar to the Shady Mile. It's made by the same people, so I don't really care to try Green River. I'm sure it's good. I just don't, like, it's not on my list. I was supposed to pick up Frey Ranch Cask Strength today, but I totally forgot. I was at the store and I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. I just can't, I don't know what it is. I got distracted with the New Riff stuff. Bro, if anybody's seen the New Riff distillery, bro, it looks so good. It looks clean. They know what they're doing. They're right on the border of Kentucky and Cincinnati, so you get to go to Cincinnati, but you're also in Kentucky. So it's right over the bridge, like spitting distance. Mark says Green River is all good stuff. I'll quickly pull it down just so everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I have Shady Mile. Shady Mile actually sent me these. They didn't ask for a good review. They didn't pay me anything. They just sent them and said, "Hey, try them out," because they're hard to get. Like you can't find these everywhere. They're in Winn-Dixie's or anywhere close to the Shady Mile Distillery. This is a Kentucky straight bourbon, 21% wheat. It's really good. It's like a lower proof or lower feeling proof of like a Woodford's, right? It's got chocolate notes, super sweet, stuff like that, but it's made by the same distiller as Green River. So that's why. That's why I bring it up. Yeah, Mark says, haven't had a bad new Rift yet. I was going to pick up this new Rift. Fuck, let me pull it up so you guys can actually know what I'm talking about. It's a new Rift rye, but I don't know what it's pronounced. It's like Balbacoca or something like that. Fuck, what is it? Let me pull it up. Yeah, it's like New Rift Balboa Rye Whiskey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's like $63.99. It's got like a. Can you see that? It's got like that little gold strip on it, or rose gold strip on it. It looks good. It's bottled in bond, but I was looking for the 8-year at the store, and I kind of just let everything else go. I found a single barrel. I found their Kentucky Straight. I found their Kentucky Straight Rye, a single barrel rye. I even found their 6-year malted. I almost picked up their 6-year malted rye. I just didn't know if I would like it because I'm not like a big rye person. So I like ryes. I'm just picky. Dennis says, I'm a beginner in bourbon, trying to get much labels as many labels as I can. My daily sipper is Wild Turkey 101. I'm from Florida too, Orlando. Orlando in the house. Orlando is maybe, depending on what part, it's only like 2-3 hours from me. Bourbon hunting in Florida is tough. Wild Turkey 101 is a solid daily. Not to like plug this again. The one review I actually watched is where they drank this and they drank Wild Turkey 101, blinded them. They didn't know, the one person didn't know what he was drinking, and he picked this over Wild Turkey 101. But Wild Turkey is solid. For me, I like the Wild Turkey Rare Breed the best. I drink it all the time on stream. It's solid. It's really good. So, Dennis, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm not going to say I'm like new, but I want to get as many different labels, as many different bottles as I can. I almost never double up anymore, right? So I go and I pick up, the Jim Beam 7, and then I have a Still Austin and a Bullet and an Early Times, and what is the fucking other one I got? The Russell Reserve Private Barrel. When I go shopping, I pick up different bottles. I never pick up the same thing. Makata says, what do you think of the standard Old Forester? Solid. It just depends on which one you think is standard. Old Forester 100? Solid. Really good. But to me, I don't know. I'm so bougie. I'm so fucking bougie. Old Forester 1920 is my favorite by far. So whenever I go pick up Old Forester, I don't care to pick up those. I pick up 1920. It's right there. It's on the. You guys can't see my top shelf, but my first bottle right there is 1920. Any bottle that's on the edge is like one of those ones I think are really good. Except for these two, they're just the same shape. Boris says, get Woodford's Reserve. Great start, in my opinion. Yeah, Woodford Reserve is a solid start. Super family friendly. You can work up until their ryes. You can work into their double oaks, and you can really get a lay of the land. But Dennis says, my first bourbon was Jim Beam, and I'm certainly getting this black label. This one, so this is black, but this is also black 7-year aged. There is a black Jim Beam black, which is just called extra aged. But I would say pick up this one. Mark Duffy says, mix 1920 and 1910, 50-50, and let it sit. I mean, I don't have 1910 anymore, but I will once I get it. I did do a, for anybody that's new and doesn't know, oh shit, dropped a bottle. You heard that? That's my bad. I did do an infinity bottle If you don't know what an infinity bottle is, or you're not sure how to do it, go to my channel, go to the lives, watch the infinity bottle live. We did it. We literally picked everything live. I'll let you guys vote on a lot of shit. But this one is like a mix of a lot of high proof whiskeys, a lot of high proof bourbons. It's solid. I really like it. I haven't touched it in a couple weeks, but I feel like it's going to be blending well. And maybe we're not done. Maybe we add some Jim Beam 7-year in there. Give it some age. Maybe we add some Still Austin or some early times. You never know. It's ever growing. That's what the infinity bottle is for. Tuxedo Cat, I don't know what you just said. J. Bibia is great refrigerated. Caught it. I put that mic a little too low. It's bugging me. I hate wearing t-shirts on lives because it messes with my my placements on things. Coca-Cola review. I don't care for soda. But if you're new, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We do go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We do reviews. We hang out. We chill. We're just building this little community that likes bourbon and whiskey and likes to chat about it. That, and we like to do weird shit sometimes. So, my kid's crying out there. Somebody's torturing. Mark Duffy says it makes 1915. Let it sit for a week or so. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of that like a million times. I've just never done it. Dennis says, I really like budget bourbon. The flavor profile generally will be the same in any bourbon, and there's a good and cheap bottles like Wild Turkey, Elijah Craig Small Batch. Dennis, you're not wrong. And I think you're doing it the right way, right? When you start out in bourbon, you really should start. You shouldn't start with being like, look at these allocated bottles. I think people that do that are a little weird, right? Because it's too much. You want to start with the lower proof stuff. You want to start with the budget stuff and build up a collection. Figure out which profiles you actually like. Like, do you like a Jim Beam product or do you like a Woodford's product? Do you like a Jack Daniels product, right? Elijah Craig Small Batch is solid. It makes a really good old fashioned too. Whiskier Barrel says, go Panthers. What? Bro. I'm fucking jazzed up for the Panther game, guys. It's the whole reason we're going live early is so that way in 45 minutes I can log the fuck off and I can go watch that game and get real buck nasty. Makata says, do you do call-ins tomorrow? So for anybody that's new and doesn't know, for Friday streams, we go live every Friday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Our streams start off super professional, right? We're going to do a review. A little 12-year bullet rye is what I'm guessing, unless I bitch out and I do something else. But that's probably what we're going to do, right? We'll start off, we'll do a proper review, right? We'll chat with the chat, and then I'm going to turn on the call-in portion, and people can call in. We can just chat about anything. So every Friday stream is going to basically end with one of two things. Either me doing a call-in show, or me also switching the streams to a more vertical version where we can also do a call-in show there. Last week, we had tons of people call in. We had Bonding Over Whiskey called in, right? He called in. He opened a 12-year Jack on the stream for the first time. We had a few of the ladies call in. They got a little offended, though, because people kept wanting to buy their farts. So it's just, I mean, it's weird. That's you guys, not me. And then we had High Top Sports called in. I had a little intro for them. You guys enjoyed that, a little spaceman. So he called in and made an old fashioned with Buffalo Trace. We have people call in and do dumb shit. So I mean, I'm missing people. I don't want to miss people. I'm gonna miss people. That's it. I remember the faces. I can't remember the name. I'm horrible with names. But we had a ton of subscribers call in too, just to say hey, say they appreciate the stream. So we appreciate everybody that calls in on Friday. So Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Call in. We can chat it up. Bro, I fucking love this bottle. I gotta scan the QR code on the back. I gotta know where it takes me. Whiskey or Barrel says, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, just kind of. Oh, it says per serving, which is 1.5 ounces, is 109 calories. Damn, that's a little brutal though. 45% ABV. It doesn't really tell you anything. It takes you to nutrition value. I don't care for that. I mean, if I'm drinking, I'm not really caring about calories. We eat everything else, drink everything else. That's when we care. But yeah, so Friday stream's normal. This bottle, solid. I don't know. I don't know if I like it more because of the price or because what it tells you you're getting is exactly what you're getting. So, or a little bit of both, maybe. You never know. The Jack and the Jim and Coke. Oh, Jesus Christ. Makata says McGregor fight looks in jeopardy. Don't buy proper 12 yet. I mean, the proper 12's already been bought. I don't know what to tell you. I'll keep the proper 12. I'll drink proper 12 on like any kind of Irish holiday, by the way. But I don't know how to respond to that. It's not in jeopardy yet. It is, but it's not. It's happening until it's not. Show me the proof. What's going on, buddy? He says, cheers. I opened one last week. Very nice. Bro, I'm super pumped on this bottle. Like, I know, like, I shouldn't be pumping it that hard, but I'm super stoked on it. Like, it's hard for me to like the budget bourbons. That just is what it is. Like, it may sound bougie, it may sound bad, but like my preferred bottle range is like $35 to $50. That's just what I like. I like some expensive stuff too, don't get me wrong, but like when it comes to like under $30, I just don't care as much anymore because I'm just like it's never that good. This one is $18.99 and I really like it. Like it's definitely my favorite budget bourbon. Definitely got a lot more flavor than what people were expecting for sure. That extra couple years age to make it 7-year really does a trick on this bottle. This bottle, by the way, I opened this a couple hours ago. I've been slamming this thing because it's that good. Dennis says, good Irish is Bay Oak and Coast. I've never heard that one. My wife is out there drinking vodka right now. I can hear her. Frank says, I seen Beam has a double oaked. Kind of interest me, but I didn't buy it. Frank, I'm in the same boat. I've seen it a million times. I almost buy it almost every time. I don't know why I don't, because it's only around me. It's only $19.99. But I know it's so available that that's almost why I don't pick it up. So in the future, I'm thinking by the end of next month, I'll have all the bottles that I want to do it. I want to do a blind battle of best double oak. I want to do Woodford's double oak, Chicken Cock double oak, Jim Beam's double oak. They said earlier. Old Forester 1910. And there's a few other ones too, I think. But we can have them all in there and just figure out what is the best double oak and where they rank up. Because I have a feeling that Jim Beam double oak is going to sneak up on a lot of people. Tuxedo Cat says, be back in a tad. Got to meet up with someone. It's probably buying more Penelope, boys. Tuxedo Cat, hopefully we're still here. If not, I'm going to be watching the game. So, appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. It also means there's no moderator in the chat, which means don't go too crazy, boys. Chris says, night cat, or nice cat. 2 cats in the house. Which cat? Oh, I see your profile picture now. Chris got the bow tie on his cat. Tuxedo Cat's not even wearing tuxedo in his. He just looks angry. Chris says I can be a mod if you like. Chris, I mean, not that you'd be a bad mod, but I will say, I've never seen you in the live before that I can remember. We'd be drinking sometimes, we do go live every Friday, 8:45. Tuxedo Cat's been here since day one. Very first live, he popped in and said, hey, I'm here to fuck shit up. So, Makata says, I'm going to grow some stones and call in tomorrow. I'm going to hold you to it. I'll put it on stream. Hopefully the stones are intact. And if you pop in the comments, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to say call in. It's a good time. There's nothing wrong. I will say, it sounds bad. I can't remember what the name was. There was one streamer that called in and literally just said, hey, I just want to call in and say, hey, this is me. Appreciate the content. Appreciate the stream. Have a good night. And he got off super quick. But I like anybody that calls in, I appreciate it. 3 cats. Whiskey Barrel. 3 cats. Bro, maybe we change the name to just the cat streams. I'm not a big cat person. I'm a big dog person, but we can always switch it up. We can try something different, So you guys, how many are we in the chat? We don't have too many, but for the people that are here, what do you guys think? Tomorrow we do the 12-year Bullet Rye, a little Still Austin, Cash Strength. I don't have the light up properly. A little Still Austin Cash Strength on Father's Day. I think it's a solid lineup. We got another budget bourbon probably coming on Monday, which is probably the early times, and then we have another private barrel next week. The way the Panthers game should go, it should be tonight, Saturday. It should be over, but let's say the Oilers get one. Then it probably will be Monday or Tuesday before the next game, so we'll be ready to ride. Whiskey Barrel says, love that Still Austin. I've never had Still Austin, but I get recommended so many times. It's a sexy looking bottle, right? Fuck, where's the line? Both? Not now? Let me do this. Minimize this. Bro, look at this bottle. It's not, there it is. It's a sexy looking bottle. You have that on the shelf, somebody goes, hey, what's that? I'm pumped. It's also going to be 116 proof. It's, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard to beat. Like, who got 116 proof that's going to be solid like that? I don't know. I hear a lot of good things, so I'm pumped to try it. But kind of says, looking forward to it, man. Let's get through this work week, bro. I mean, I'd love to say, man, I relate to you so much. I used to. I'm self-employed. I work for myself, and this is my work week. Like, this is as crazy as it gets. All week, I've kind of just sat on my ass and just hung out with the kids. So, Still Austin straight. I'm sure he's mean, straight rye is so good too. Yeah, he said rye. I almost got the rye. I didn't because I wanted to try the bourbon first. Plus, I was just trying to like lower the budget. I had it in the car. I also had the um, New Rift rye in the car. I had a bunch of shit in the car. I kind of slowly trickled out because I knew I wanted to get the Jim Beam, low budget. I got a Bullet 12-year rye, and I got the Still Austin Cash Strength. There was the Still. What's crazy is like the Still Austin Cash Strength. You can get for a decent price, but you can get Still Austin Cash Strength single barrel for like double the price. So if this is really good, I'll go back and I'll get that single barrel, and we can really give it a shot. Frank says, good bottle, very good for 2-year age statement. What? God damn, it's only aged 2 years? Frank, I didn't even know that. I bought this a couple hours ago. I didn't do any research yet. I just get recommended it so much. Bro, the color on this is nuts for 2 years. Bro, I'm shook. It says aged at least 2 years. So maybe there's like a blend of like maybe a 3 or a 4 year that brings that darkness in. That's super dark. Show me proof says, now you're talking. I'm always talking. Maybe too much. But which bottle? Are you talking about the Jim or the, I'm sorry, the Bullet Rye or the Still Austin? Whiskey, I just kind of noticed you have your own kind of YouTube channel. You should call in tomorrow. We can talk whiskey and bourbon, all that kind of stuff. You can kind of give me your thoughts on a lot of stuff too. If you have time. Obviously, if you have your own stuff going on, by all means. But yeah, if you have your own channel, definitely you need to be calling in. We can chat it up. Have a more. Is your fucking profile got a cat on there too? I can't make it bigger. There is a cat in there. Whiskers. Oh, I get it now. Sometimes it takes me a little bit, but I got it. Hi says, that's a $20 bottle at Sam's Club. So from 1 to 10, what are we rating it? Fucking 10. So the Jim Beam Black, aged 7 years, is my favorite budget bourbon so far. Hands down. I'm not even questioning it. The only thing that you can argue on this bottle, because it has all the flavor you want, the only thing you can argue is it doesn't have the proof. Like if you really want a higher proof, then you might want to look somewhere else, but it's really good. So I'm okay with taking like the 10-point proof lower. It's also like $18.99 towards me, so it's even better. But like if we're talking like budget bourbon range, this is the 10. This is exactly what I want for budget. If I can get this out of every bottle I buy on a budget, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Like you can't expect the highest proof or the most flavor out of every bottle that's under $20. So that's my thoughts on it. I did a full review where we did taste test and we kind of do the nose and we do the palate. We do all that shit on the other live. Feel free to check that out as well. Makata says, enjoy the game, man. See you tomorrow night. Makata, have a good rest of your night. Thanks for tuning in. I will enjoy the game. I'll let you know what the results are tomorrow if we had a good time or not. Whiskey Brother says, sure, I'll try my best. Just started not that long ago. Hey, me either. I started in December? I think I started in December. But the wife was pregnant. up until March, so I really didn't really start until March. And even then, I haven't really started, I feel like. I haven't done anything I've wanted to do. I've just kind of hung out with everybody. Frank says, that's a true minimum 2 years. I'm assuming Texas Heat's helped with that color. Maybe. I don't really know. Sounds good. The Still Austin, and this is just 2-year age. This is all that Texas Heat, you know, which rightfully so. I hear such good things about it, though. I'm not, like, worried about it by any means. But I was just saying, like, I didn't do research on the bottle. I picked the bottle up, and I said, you know what? I get recommended so much. Let's pick it up. But you can see this bottle versus this 7-year age bottle. Let me just shift over a little bit. They're either identical or the Still Austin is darker. To my eye, the Still Austin is darker. But cameras pick up something different all the time. So, but this is 7-year. This is 2 years. You know what I mean? So that Texas Heat did something. It's just a matter of what. And is it good or is it bad? We'll find out maybe on this Sunday on Father's Day. So make sure you tune in for that. What do you say? He says, so that for $20 or Heaven Hill 7-year bottled and bond 38. Is this 7-year? This is 7-year. Fuck. Let's try it. Do I have another Glen? I do have another Glen. Still Austin is darker. Yeah, sometimes on the cameras it picks up different. I do think the Still Austin is darker though. Oh fuck, I just spilled it. Trying to move quick because I'm running out of time. So good. So the question was asked, is this Heaven Hill bottled and bond 7-year better than this 7-year Jim Beam? Before I even pour, I'm going to bet that this Heaven Hill is better. And the reason why is this is a bottled in bond, which means this is 100 proof. This is 90 proof, right? They may be both 7-year aged, but the Heaven Hill has that proof point. So and to be honest, I did a blind with I did a bottled in bond blind with, what did I do it with? I don't remember. It was with the Heaven Hills. It was with the Benchmark, I believe, Grizzly Beast bottled and bond for Redwood Empire. Was it Evan Williams bottled and bond? I can't remember everything was in there. There's quite a bit though. And Heaven Hills came in second. All right, so let's try this out. So we have Jim Beam age 7-year, Jim Beam Black age 7-year. Really good, really solid, 90 proof, but tons of flavor. Then you come in with the Heaven Hills bottled and bond 7-year, which obviously is 100 proof because it's bottled and bond, which everybody knows to be really good. It's also considered allocated in some places. But it is also considered to be around $50 to $30, just depending on where you're at. Around me, you can go to Costco and you can pick it up fairly frequently for like $35-ish, $35 to $40. If you're looking at color, I know the camera picks up something different all the time. The Heaven Hills is darker. The Jim Beam is just like, if you were looking at that teeth scale, right, and you're like, hey, which one's darker, right? It's one shade darker than the Jim Beam. So let's go ahead and try it out, right? Hydraulics, I think that's what it is. I appreciate you letting me know that I had a 7-year. I didn't even remember. I would have done that earlier. On the nose, I will say the one thing I do get is ethanol, right, comparably, because on the Jim Beam, you get no ethanol. There's no burn, there's no nothing on that thing, right? Because it's 90 proof, though. But they, like, past that, they're very similar with, like, the vanilla and the caramel notes. It did fucking cinch my nose there just for a second, though. So before I try those, give me 1 second. I'm going to switch that camera battery because that battery just died. We've been live for a little while. So it's only rightfully so that we have to change that. And it should be back in 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking. Again, I know it's a little clogged, so we're not going to rely too much on the nose than the palate, right? So Heaven Hill. I love Heaven Hills. So just so you guys know, if you guys watch my review, I don't call it Heaven Hill. I call it Haven Hill. I like calling it Haven Hill. People get pissed off that I call it Haven Hill. On TikTok, 1 million people got mad that I called it Haven Hill. So, just so you know. So, Heaven Hills, a.k.a. Haven Hills. Fuck, I think Jim Beam's about to win. It's good. It is very good. Let me rephrase this with a few things. I've been drinking the gym all night. From what I know of the gym, it has a lot of flavor. The Heaven Hill has the proof, right? It has the 100 proof mark that's like, okay, now we're talking. But it doesn't pack as much flavor. Let me try the gym next to it real quick. I'm going to get destroyed on the internet for saying what I'm going to say. Fuck me, bro. It just depends on what you're wanting, right? So this is as even as a comparison as you can possibly get, right? There's pros and cons of both. So let me start with Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill has the proof point, right? The 100 proof that you want. That's adamant. Like you're like, hey, we're starting here, right? The proof point's where it's at. And it has the caramel, it has the vanilla flavors. But it's kind of like halfway, right? Where this Jim Beam 7-year, their flavors are all the way. It's as high as you can possibly get it. It is full flavors all the time. Downside is that proof. So I'm going to put it where most people can put it. Heaven Hills, most people are getting this for $50. Almost everybody can pick up this Jim Beam 7-year age for $20 or less. If I had to pick a winner, I'm going to go Jim Beam. And the reason why is as much as I love that proof of that 100 proof, because that's exactly where I want it to be. I want it to be 100 to 115. That's where I love my proof points. It just doesn't have the flavor as that Jim Beam does. It doesn't have all that caramel, the vanillas, the oaks. It doesn't have everything. It's like a muted version. Even though it has the color, this Jim Beam has the flavor. So it's hard to call that because like it just depends on what you really want. Like if you're a diehard let me have a 100 proofer, you're probably gonna pick this just because of that proof point. You can tell. You can tell this has the proof over this. But if you did it blind, I can't do it blind because I'm obviously live. But if I did it blind, taste-wise, flavor-wise, it's going Jim Beam. It has so much more flavor. but it doesn't have the proof. So it just depends on what your palate really wants. If you want the proof, you're going Heaven Hill. If you want the flavor, you're going Jim Beam. And I'm not a big Jim Beam fan, by the way, guys. I don't care for Jim Beam like that. I said it earlier. I'm going to say it one more time. Jim Beam 7-year age is as close to Booker's as you can possibly get, but it's like 1/10 of the price. Hydro says, Jim Beam is a winner. Don't call it a comeback. Thanks for the quick review. I mean, you're welcome. Thanks for letting me know I had another 7-year bottle. I forgot about that. What's crazy is I was so high on Heaven Hill last week that I feel like I'm betraying it this week. The ups and flows of this bottle is crazy. Whiskey Barrel says, I will phrase it one more time before we get too far deep. I think it depends on what you like. That is the most important part of this review. Because they're so close. They're so close. If you want proof, you're going Heaven Hill. If you want flavor without proof, you're going 7-year. To me, I'm not a proof snob. I don't care about the proof. Would I like it to have higher proof? Yes. But I care about the flavor more. So I'm going Jim Beam 7-year age. So that's a review. That's a comparison. Right now it's 7:42 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down. Got a little buzz going. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to go live. We're going to drink some kind of bourbon or whiskey. We're going to go live. Then we'll do a call-in show. We'll do a whole bunch of shit. Austin says, hello, everybody. I'm back. Just got off work. God damn it, Austin. I'll give you 5 minutes as long as I'm going with the stream. Where's my vape? So, what I'm not... Tuxedo Cat says, boo. Tuxedo Cat, you've been gone, bro. Where you been? Whisker Barrel says, it was fun. Thanks, bro. I'll try to get on tomorrow. Hey, appreciate it. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we can chat it up about a little whiskey or bourbon. Or whatever you want to talk about. Just real quick, for anybody that is... Let me pop this up real quick. Anybody that is trying to call in, you can call in right now if you want to. I can drop the link. I just don't have that long because the Panther game is starting. But I'll drop the link. Tuxedo Cat, if you want to call in and grace us with your presence, I would appreciate that. But if not, it's okay too. I'm dying to know what Tuxedo Cat looks like. My imagination is run wild. What sucks is, like, I don't know if it's just me, but when I do these longer streams, like right now we're on an hour and 14 minutes. I did maybe 30 minutes before. So let's just call it 2 hours. My nose is like, it gets kind of like stuffy, right? Where like I can't smell as good anymore. Like I can smell, obviously, but just not as good. Bonding over whiskey, what's going on, buddy? He says, hey, how you doing? What's going on, bud? About time you made it. You're late. You're late for the chat. Yeah, bonding over whiskey. We did an early stream today. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I did it. I haven't gone live all week. That's on me. I was taking a little hiatus. A little break from drinking. Everybody needs them every once in a while. I was going hard. Last Friday we drank a lot. You know what I mean? I drank a lot. So I mean, I'll admit that. I'm here for it. We had a good time though. But I took Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off of drinking. Didn't drink anything. Came back Thursday, did a little review of the Jim Beam 7-year age. Probably the best thing I've tasted in a long time. And tomorrow we have a little bit of a 12-year age Bullet Rye. We're going to do a review on that tomorrow. And then we have the Still Austin Cast Strength. Oh, I hit myself. Still Austin Cast Strength for Father's Day. I hit myself in the unmentionables. It hurt. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Tuxedo Cat says, I just want to know. Just want to know what? Yo, BOW. Bonnie Ruiz says, sorry I had honeydews. Hey, it's been like that. Bonnie Ruiz says, you did more than a tasting? LOL. I did more than a tasting. So this is the second stream, just like always, right? I did the first stream. We did a kind of like a review, right? I did a little bit more professional. Did a Jim Beam 7-year age review. Go check that out if you want all the tasting notes, you want my thoughts, the first impressions, all that stuff. But the easiest thing I can tell you is this is my favorite budget bourbon I've ever had. Hands down. Buy it, fucking buy it. It's $18.99 towards me. I'm going to go back and buy one tomorrow. So that's where we're at. Kyle says, late gang. I've been there. He says, supper. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you tuning in, Kyle. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to go live. We're going to start with a little review of one of two bottles, more than just a budget bottle. Then we're going to switch to kind of a hangout, and we're going to switch over to a call-in show. We can call in. We can talk bourbon. We can talk whiskey. We can talk old-fashioned. We can talk whatever the fuck you want to talk about, to be honest. Bonnie Rossi says, let's go. Excited to hear about that Bullet, and it's the Still Austin Rye or bourbon. It is the Still Austin Cast Strength bourbon. I didn't pick up the rye because I wanted to try one at a time. Because just, it's logic, right? Because if I don't like the bourbon for whatever reason, I'm not picking up the rye. I don't think I'm not going to like it, so I almost picked up the rye. I just didn't because, like, what are the chances, you know? Austin says, your liver needs a break every now and then. Austin, you're right. It wasn't my liver. It was more my pride, you know? I got hammered. Austin, I'm not, like, I don't shy away from that kind of stuff. I'm always about it. Last Friday, we were live too long. I was live till 3 a.m. 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time till 3 a.m. is a long time. And we were drinking old fashions where old fashions gets me nice and loosey-goosey. You know, we had a little pre-mix. It was good. It was a good time. I had fun. But I was a little too far gone. I couldn't do proper reviews. I should have ended it at that last one. I shouldn't have started that last one. That's on me. There's nothing wrong with it, right? I didn't do anything stupid, but I'm just saying, like, logically, I should have stopped drinking. And I never want to give the example for anybody to be drunk live on the internet. That's not a good example I want to set. I want to set an example where you can drink, have a good drink. You can try pours. You can have an old fashioned. You can do all these things without getting shit-faced. That's the example I wanted to leave. It's not the example I did leave. So I apologize if anybody was weirded out by that, but I had a good time. So every once in a while, you're allowed to cut loose. And I cut loose. Bonnie Rossi says, I'll definitely check it out later. Isn't that Jim Beam Black 90 proof? Bonnie Rossi says, I'll be honest, you may not like the bourbons. The ryes are better. Bonnie Whiskey, if it's anything that I know about me and you, is me and your palates are completely different, which I love so much. I love that your palate's different from mine. I think I'm going to love the bourbon. If I don't, though, I'm going to pick up the rye. I'm going to give it a try since you say that. This one right here, this is very much a bourbon. This is a Jim Beam 7-year age bourbon that is very sweet. It's tons of caramel, vanilla, little dark chocolate bitterness in there. And it has a little bitter oak in there as well. It is 90 proofer, but go watch this stream over again. Go watch the last stream over again. You can see why I conclude this to be the best budget bourbon that's ever came out. I don't say that lightly. I say that because I want you guys to know what is the best of the best. I also say that thinking that you guys are going to, so put it in perspective, the way I think about it. Let's say you guys make $10 an hour, right? Or whatever job you do. Let's say this is $20 even. You're going to spend 2 hours of your life on something, on a recommendation I give. I want it to be the best of the best. I don't want it to be half-assed. I don't want to fucking fool you. I'm not being paid to say any of this shit. If this is $20, go spend 2 hours of your life on it. That's fucking worth it. Because it has tons of flavor. And if you don't like it, let me know. I will say, Bond over whiskey, I should have picked it up. I didn't for budget reasons. Because I'm still looking for their New Rift 8-year Kentucky straight bourbon. I'm still looking for that, hoping that I can fill the budget up with that. If not, I'll go back and get it. But there was a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. And it was 138 proof. No, wait. 133.8 proof. I wanted to get it so bad. But I'm not a big rye person. So I was hoping I can get the bourbon that I wanted. So that's why I didn't pick it up. Tuxedo says, got to go having a little watch party with some pals. Tuxedo Cat? Absolutely. Have some fun. Go Panthers. If we win, don't be surprised if I pop on here on a live because I'm going to be getting buck naked. I'm going to paint myself red and gold. We're going to get fucking nuts. Bonneville Whiskey says, I respect your palate. Nonetheless, I'm interested in that black now because I enjoy JB's LOL sweetness. This is only $18. Pick it up, Bonding. It's $18. Try it out. It's a good starter to get you into that bourbon world rather than ryes. High Top Sports Recruiting says, what's poppin'? What's going on, bud? Welcome to the stream. I see you guys took Wednesday off. Hey, it's all good. Bonneville Whiskey says, I saw a 137 once. Wish I had bought it. I know. That's what I'm saying. I wish I would have bought mine that I just saw. Because I have a 138 point proof single barrel bourbon. But I didn't buy the rye. Because I have a rye to review. You guys know me. I'm not big on ryes. I don't really care for that shit. So if I like this one, I'm definitely going to be more interested in buying the next one. Rather than being like, hey, I can spend my whole budget on this. So, it is now 7:45. Or I'm sorry, 7:55. Oh, wait. High Top Sports Recruiting says, I saw a new short of a quick old-fashioned with Howler Head bourbon. Have you ever had it? Howler Head is a different animal. You come here for all your old-fashioned needs. I'm just saying. High Top Sports. If anybody doesn't know, it's live in the chat. Maybe you're watching this afterwards. Tune into High Top Sports Recruiting. They do all things college sports recruiting. They're a good time. If you guys saw the last stream last Friday, we had Shelton from High Top Sports Original pop on. We had a little spaceman dance around. I don't have the time to build a professor intro, or I would have him call in. If he gives me till tomorrow, I'll have it built up, ready for him if he wants to come on. But if you want to know anything college sports recruiting, you want to tune into that channel. So go ahead and click that button on his little name. Subscribe to that channel. He's a good fucking dude. Bonding over Whiskey says, want a hazmat so bad. Sometimes the hazmats are worth it. Sometimes they're not, though. Blake Williams says, just got a bottle of Heaven Hills. Oh, wait. Heaven's Door Revival. Good stuff. Damn it, Blake. Blake, you would come in here with that, wouldn't you? So, I was looking at it all day. I looked at a few reviews. I decided not to get it. The Heaven's Door gift set that has the 3. It has the rye, the double oak, and the straight bourbon. I didn't get it. It was $50 for 3 200 milliliters. But I didn't get it because a lot of people say it's just not worth it. It's just not good. But maybe one day I'll get it. But all right, fellas, I'm not missing this fucking game. I appreciate you tuning in for this live stream. I appreciate you tuning in the one before. If you didn't already watch the review I had on the Jim Beam Black 7-year age, go watch that. It is live currently. It's almost 8 o'clock, so the Panthers, the Florida Panthers, are starting Game 3 against the Oilers. Go Panthers. If they win, I'll go live. How about that? If Panthers win, I'll go live. We'll get buck ass naked. Allegedly. But I appreciate you boys tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Thanks for showing your support. And I will see you guys on the other side and maybe later. Peace.